Hey guys, my name is Avigat, and in this video I'll be writing a Java program to accept 10 numbers and find the sum of all of those 10 numbers using for loops. So let's start with the video. So in this program we'll be gathering input from the user. So in order to do that, I'll just write the scanner line. So scanner sc equals to new scanner and then system.in, and within this scanner line I'll have to write import java.util.scanner. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the variables. So I'll say int. The first variable I'll be creating is num, which I'll use to gather input from the user. Then I'll create another variable called sum, and I'll give this a initial value of 0. So now that our variables have been created, I will write my print statement to get input from the user. So I'll write system.out.println, and here I'll say enter 10 numbers. So now after displaying this print statement, I will begin writing my for loop because I want to repeatedly get input from the user one after the other. So I can't write this input statement 10 times to get input 10 times from the user. So to do that, I'll just write the num is equal to sc.nextInt. That line, I'll write it within the for loop so that the user is able to enter a number 10 times without having to display this message every time. So to do that, I'll write for, and the first statement within the for loop will be initializing the variable. So I'll say int I is equal to 0. Okay, so after this, I will write my second part of the for loop, which is to determine till when the for loop will run. So this for loop is going to run 10 times. So I'll say I less than 10. So the values would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which are 10 numbers. Now that this is done, I'll write my last statement in the for loop, which is to see if the value of I is increasing or decreasing. So over here, I want the value of I to increase. So I'll write I++, which is the same as I is equal to I plus 1. Now in this for loop, I'll write num is equal to sc.nextInt, and this will allow the user to input 10 numbers one after the other, and as that person inputs those values, that value will be stored in num respectively. And now I'll write my line to add that number in the sum variable that we've created here. So I'll say sum is equal to sum plus num, and what this does is it adds the number value that the users entered to the sum variable, and it basically totals the sum value. Now that the for loop has been written, I will simply display the sum value. So I'll say system.out.println, and here I'll say sum is plus sum. Here I've just concatenated this text with this variable sum that we've created here, and now the program is complete. Let me just compile this and let's check the output. So enter 10 numbers. Let me enter the first 10 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and lastly 10. So you can see the loop runs 10 times, and I'll be able to enter any 10 numbers. I've just entered the first 10 integers, and here you can see the sum is 55. Now let me input double digit numbers. So 10, 20, 30, 90, and 100. Here sum is 550, which is correct. Now with this program, I can also add up negative integers. So I'll just compile this and I'll show you how that works. So void main, and first let me input 5 positive integers, and then I'll input 5 negative integers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'll say -5, -4, -3, -2, and let's say -10. Here it shows that the sum is -9, because when you add up all these values, all the positives and the negatives, the sum will give you this value of -9. So yeah, that is all for this video. If you want the code, it will be available on my website, avigatgupta.com, so make sure you check it out. Other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to answer them as soon as possible. And if you learned something new, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and see you later. Bye.